Hey everyone! Welcome back to Serving 813, a radio show and podcast featuring Tampa Bay organizations and groups every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. We're your hosts, Ava Lamison
and Ava Hyde.
And today we are so excited and blessed to be joined with one of the faces and voices behind the ryannece Foundation.
If you don't know already, the ryannece Foundation is an organization devoted to creating opportunities for teens to embrace the power of giving through volunteerism and inspired leadership programs.
So with that said, welcome to the show, Melissa Neely. We're so excited to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me.
So on a deeper level, I'd first like to ask, what is the ryannece Foundation all about and what's its overall mission?
Sure. So I'd be remiss if I didn't start with who Ryan Nece is. But he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a linebacker, when they won their very first Super Bowl. And he was just so passionate about community. So you could always find him in the community relations office asking how he could serve. And he saw this big gap in the community where teens are told so much they need to get these hours, they need to do these things so that they can get bright futures, so they can do this. But there was no organized structure around it.
Yeah.
And so he created the ryannece Foundation with a purpose to inspire teens to embrace the power of giving, which our power of giving philosophy is that anyone, no matter where they are in life, can always use their 4 T's to give back: their time, talents, treasures, or ties. And so that's what we hope to instill in the young people who come through our programming, is that no matter where they end up in life, they know how to plug into their community, they know how to serve a cause that they're passionate about. And it's sometimes structured a lot like Ryan and how he played football, where he wants to bring people from all different neighborhoods, all different backgrounds, and when they come together, they can make a really powerful team, one that solves community issues or wins Super Bowls.
And you guys started in 2006?
Yes.
Dang,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, older than us.
Yes, Ryan doesn't like to talk about that. It makes him feel old.
That's funny. So we know that obviously Ryan played for the Bucs and he was in Tampa. So how does ryannece serve not only the 813 but all around?
Sure. So Ryan now lives out of the San Francisco area, and he created a venture capital firm that's actually specific to former players or influencers and teaching people how to better invest their money, because he saw so many players in football show up and people are asking them, oh, I have this new venture, you should invest in it. And he saw some of his friends make huge mistakes. And he was just very lucky that he was brought up by 2 parents that were really passionate about instilling great values and great ideas. And so that's how this all started. And it's not only just the Tampa Bay area, but we take our teens on service learning trips so that they can see other communities. Because his big passion point, and mine too, is that no matter where you are, you can show up and serve a community and you can make a difference.
I mean, didn't you guys also just go to North Carolina?
Yeah, I probably should say this now. I'm a student in the student service program. Melissa is like one of our basically like teachers is what I'd say. So we went to Asheville this summer in June. And that's where we got to do like a bunch of different service opportunities and stuff around Asheville, especially. It was mostly hurricane relief efforts. So that was a really, really cool experience because I've never done something like that before. So yeah, that's what we got to do this year.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm here both with 2 ryannece members.
Oh, yeah.
I feel left out. I have to join, but I'm going to ask next. So Ryannece was a former NFL player for the Bucs, and what else?
He played 1 year for Detroit Lions.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big football buff, so
Neither
I don't really know.
I don't know anything about football.
Like touchdown. So can you talk about the history and origin story of the ryannece Foundation?
Yeah. So like I said, his parents both were passionate about giving back, things like that. And so he saw this huge gap in the community and just really thought students should be able to have easy access to leadership education and service opportunities that are organized and laid out for you. So what we do is every month we have opportunities for students that they have to plug into as part of our program. But what's neat to watch is so many of them also plug into extra opportunities that we offer. And so an origin story that's really neat is that when Ryan first started this thing, he wore the number 55 and 56. He gave $55 to a bunch of people and said, hey, go invest this somewhere that is meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And people wrote back stories from like all over the country
That's
that
so cool.
those dollars trickled to them and made a difference. And so that's really what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
One small thing can make a huge impact and create this ripple.
And it's nice because, especially as a high schooler, you need a minimum of
Like 100,
100 hours to get
for
Bright Futures. I don't know if you need a minimum to graduate, but like
I don't
you
think
need
so.
service hours. So it's cool that people also who surpass the 100 benchmark still go out and volunteer, which is really nice. I mean, like you guys going to Asheville, like it's like you're volunteering, but it's also fun, which is
It's
cool. And
it's actually so fun.
Like I saw the Instagram post. So
Oh
like,
yeah.
As soon as everyone posted, I was like, that looks so fun.
And you make so many friends too.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool. Like one of my favorite parts about the ryannece Foundation is like there's not really an opportunity to meet people from different schools just because I live in Tampa, and so there's really no way like I would meet someone that goes to like, you know, even like some of my close friends now from the ryannece Foundation, they go to Newsome. Like I would have never just like met them. So I think it's really cool to be able to like meet friends that I just wouldn't have been able to contact and stuff. So that's one of my favorite parts. But I also kind of have a fun question. How do you think the ryannece Foundation's different from other organizations in Tampa?
Sure. So everyone always asks us, like, how are you different from Key Club or NHS or other opportunities that other clubs and organizations that provide service opportunities to students? And my answer for that is always there's no GPA requirement to be part of this. Ryan and I truly believe that anyone can be a leader, and everyone who has a heart to serve should have the opportunity. So that's one huge thing that's different from us. Another thing is that we don't charge anything for any of our programs. So that's really cool. Like the moment you walk through our door, you're given T-shirts and swag and whatever we can provide as a nonprofit. And then we also, transportation has been such an issue. We heard from some folks who graduated that they actually missed out on Bright Futures because their parents worked the weekends and they didn't have a ride to get to service opportunities. So we try to bridge that gap too. We provide Uber gift cards. We shuttle students around ourselves when we have the opportunity, and just that our heart is with the students and trying to figure out ways that make sense, that serve them directly, rather than just having this big picture of, oh, you need to get your hours, you need to have a certain thing, you need to do this. We actually like lay it all out.
I think that makes it feel more like almost like a family and like a closer knit thing, like because I love obviously a bunch of service organizations, but it is just like, okay, like show up on Saturday at 7 and like serve. But the ryannece, it's just like it's a little bit more like personal, I'd say, because you do care about like obviously like all your students, like all of them, even alumni, and you like do your best. Like as the whole foundation, they do their best to, you know, bring alumni back, have new students learn about it, even students that aren't in it, just to like teach them about it. And all the alumni sessions, they have like maybe had a taxes one and one about like college essays. So it's just like a little bit personal, and you get to see and hear about new things that you wouldn't really be able to with other foundations. That's why I also love it.
Yeah, I came here straight from orientation retreat with our new junior class in our community-based model, and they actually spent the last hour I was there before I came here talking about what lessons could really help them right now. And they had so many ideas that are great, like how to break out of a clique and be really inclusive of everybody, and make a friend of anyone, and how to prepare for scholarships and things like that. And we create those sessions, and it's just really neat to see it directly impact people who wanted that curriculum.
I love that.
Well, we're already like 10 minutes into this first segment, so we do have to wrap it up. But I feel like just from this segment, I've already like been touched by the ryannece Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the things you guys are saying, I'm like, is it too late to join? But I do have a question that we ask all our guests. It's kind of cringy, but I'm going to ask you, Melissa, what song should we play?
Ooh, well, when I think of the ryannece Foundation, I think of upbeat, happy music. And so I think Rise Up would be a great song.
Of course.
Great pick.
Love it. Okay, we'll be back after this break.
And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in to hcchawkradio.com every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Ava Hyde, and we're here with Melissa Neely from the Ryannece Foundation.
So for this segment, I'd like to talk more about you, Melissa, and for that matter, Ava, because you guys are both a part of the Ryannece Foundation and your roles within them. So I want to first ask, how did you first get involved with the Ryannece Foundation and what drew you to the organization?
Sure. So way back in the day, I was actually on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Student Advisory Board.
Oh, cool.
And so I volunteered at a inaugural Ryannece Foundation event, and that stuck with me along with that whole experience. Yeah. And that's through the Student Advisory Board and then through another organization called Super Bowl of Caring. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with the nonprofit world. And so about 5 years ago now, I was moving back to Tampa in the midst of COVID, having a newborn, and I was just looking for jobs that spoke to me. And I saw this listed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen that organization before. This role feels like me. I won't lie, I struggled a lot. It was listed as a CEO position, and I had only been in the industry for about 10 years at that point. Yeah. And so I was like, I had severe imposter syndrome. I was sending the job description to everyone I knew, and I was like, is this me? And they're like, it is you. And I fell in love with this work and can't see myself anywhere else.
Well, it's meant to be, because like, look at you now.
Literally. Yeah, I mean, Miss Melissa's, I don't know what the word is, like basically like a teacher for like us, like the students. And I'm going to be a senior, so it's a 2-year program. So you apply going into junior year, and then you also do it your senior year. So I'm going to be a senior, and I'm a student, so we get to go to different volunteer opportunities as well as extra opportunities. And we do a service trip, like I was talking about at the end of the year. Senior year, they do international, correct? Yeah. So yeah, I just get to go to different service opportunities, and I love it because it's just a lot of places that I wouldn't be able to go on my own. Like I wouldn't ever, either know about them or wouldn't just be able to like go to them in general. So yeah, that's my role. I'm a student, and I get to make friends and do cool volunteer opportunities.
Yeah. So what does a typical day look like?
Sure. So for me, every single day looks different, and that's why I love my job. So I'll tell you about my last 2 days. So woke up, answered a few donor emails. So one of my primary jobs is fundraising and making sure we can keep all of our programming free for our students. And so after doing that, I drove out to Clearwater for orientation retreat with our juniors. Ava came back and spoke to them, which is so nice. And so facilitated a few of the educational components of our mission, which is teaching leadership and good habits. And other ways that make us effective leaders. And then after that, I headed to share about our mission with you all. And after this, I'll probably go and finish up some grant writing, as well as talking with our social team about getting more stuff out there and things like that.
Awesome. Very packed day, but it sounds fun. So, I mean, if you included serving 813 in your day, like 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10 day. What do you think brings you like the most joy from the foundation? Like what makes you like most fulfilled when you do it?
Being with the students is obviously my favorite part of all of this. But I will say specifically when we're with students who we watch change and grow over the 2 years we've been working with them. We've seen that happen so many times, and it's just so powerful to see someone find their voice or find self-confidence or speak in front of a huge crowd. When we first met them, they were really shy. So those transformations that we see in our students, and then going to something like senior send-off, and they're getting a superlative for being the most likely to master the power of giving, or there's just a lot of small moments that make my heart so full.
Yeah. And I like how the Ryannece Foundation, you said there's no, like, you don't have to have a certain GPA, you don't have to have a certain anything, and you have very welcoming arms, which I like. So it's cool how you can, like, just bring anyone in and see how they grow over time.
And I think it also adds, like, a variety of people that you get to meet, and it's just so, it's really fun making new friends. Like, I love making new friends, and just, like, seeing, like, different backgrounds, and, like, even Miss Crystal, who's also, like, one of our teachers, she was talking about us yesterday, how, like, there's just so many different, like, you know, even just like religions and languages that like you just get to learn about through just simply making friends, and it's just really, really cool. And also yesterday when we were I was speaking at the juniors orientation, there's some seniors that came back, so they're now alum, and just hearing them speak like made me inspired because they have like such great like speaking voices, and they're really confident talking about ryannece, really anything, but they were just really nice and welcoming, and I'd known them, but I never really met them, and they were so nice to talk to. And it's just like you can tell that like the power of giving does like go through them, and they really do believe in that.
Yeah. So I have a question for both of you. What's the coolest experience you've had with the ryannece Foundation?
Ooh.
You want me to go first, or do you want to go?
Sure, you go first.
Okay. Mine would, well, I know I've talked about this a little bit. I'd say Asheville when we went to our service trip, because we were there for a week, and I just got to like do things I had never done. I was actually with Miss Melissa and my friend Ayana doing mold remediation, which I actually talked about like a few times ago.
I saw those hazmat suits.
It was so hot. Like it was rough, but it was really cool because I'd never done something like that. And you're with these people for a week, and so I got to get so much closer to them, make really close friends on like a serving level. So I got to we all are so different, but we have the same core belief of the power of giving. So you got to be with these people for a week and just get really close to them, make really close friends, go to service opportunities. And I just thought it was really fun, and I'd never done something like that. And it makes me like even more excited for our senior one too.
Yeah. Have you guys decided where you're going international?
No, so we wait till hurricane season happens, and we see if there's any direct immediate assistance we can provide.
Cool.
And then we decide in December. So.
Oh, nice. So it's like a little reveal.
Do we get to know in December, or is it later?
As soon as we know, we tell you.
Oh, okay, good.
It's like a bid day.
Yeah, literally.
What was I gonna say?
Wait, Miss Melissa, you should share your favorite or your coolest
I know.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
You can share a few if you want.
Well, crawling under a home in a full hazmat suit was pretty crazy,
It was so
even
hot.
for me.
Like, I can't even explain it. Like,
but there's been some really neat stories where we went down to Fort Myers and helped with hurricane relief down there after Hurricane Ian, and being able, that community, as soon as you drove off the touristy streets, you could really see still the impact.
Yeah.
And that was 8 months later. And I think driving down some of the beach areas and seeing like completely flattened places was really eye-opening even for me, but to watch other people experience who have never been through something like that, and how they making the realization that there is like gratitude and grief go hand in hand. Because I didn't figure that out till I was much older. And so seeing a young person figure that out and realize that in moments of grief, there can be gratitude, and in moments of gratitude, there can be grief. And so I think that was one of the neatest experiences.
Yeah, and I like how you're going in and you're like, you actually make a difference, like you feel it too, and not just to yourself and to the community, to the people you work with, like Ava and the other
all
people.
my friends.
Yeah, all your friends across different schools.
Yeah, seriously. It also is cool, like how you said, like when you were looking at like all the damage from Hurricane Ian. That's how I felt when we were in Asheville, because you know you like read articles about it, you can even see pictures, but when you are actually there, like, and you see just like how people are even like coping with like their situation, it's like you said, very eye opening. Like I was just very like, it's just like I've never seen something like that. Obviously, like in Tampa, we had our Hurricane Milton, like that damage was bad, but when it's like a direct place that you've never been, I was just like, not even just the damage, but like the people there, and even just their optimism sometimes, like that was like really like making my heart full, because I was like, in my brain I was like, wow, like this is horrible, like this is like their house, like they don't have a house, but like they're like the people we were meeting, they're like, wow, like thank you so much for being here, like they were just so nice, they were so optimistic. And it just like really like, honestly, like it just filled my heart, because I was like, it was just so sweet to see all these people that like, I felt like obviously we were doing a lot, but in my eyes I was like, wow, there's so much to be done, but they were just so grateful for even a few hours of just like a little bit of assistance. So that was like really cool too.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up this segment. So, Melissa, I'm going to ask again, what song should we play?
Ooh, well, because Ryan founded us, let's do Hall of Fame.
Oh, I like that. Okay, we'll be back after this break. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in to htchawkradio.com every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. And if you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Ava Lamison, and we're here with Melissa from the ryannece Foundation. So I put up an Instagram story the other day asking for our followers to send in questions regarding the ryannece Foundation, and just like always, we got a load of responses.
Yeah, we actually did get a lot this time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dead serious. Okay, wait, I'm going to read this first one. Okay, it says, how do you decide which community service projects to take each year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our philosophy is that by the time a student graduates through our programming, that they will have a well-rounded knowledge of all the different ways they can serve a community in all different causes. So we partner with all types of organizations from healthcare, environment, hunger relief, homelessness, animal rescue, and we just build partnerships with great other people and organizations and allow our students to experience all of those so that hopefully they'll know where they're most passionate about.
That's cool. So you get to like pick what you want to do? basically?
Yeah, our program director, Crystal, she does a great job at relationship building with all these different nonprofits, and she puts together the calendar of events. And then at the end of each year, we kind of ask the students, like, where do you feel like we were missing? Or what did you love and want to do again? Or things like that.
So it's very like hands-on. You get to like choose what you want to do. And that's what makes it cool, because you're not like, I don't want to hate like towards NHS or like all like other service clubs at our school, but I feel like whenever you're in that club, you're like forced to do something you don't want to do.
Like 100%. I agree with that. Like, it's
like,
not.
No hate. But I like how the ryannece Foundation, like the students get to choose, and it always sounds fun. Like, yeah,
they're like, you guys are big on like letting our own input. Like, you let us, like, at the end, again, on our service trip, we got to fill out like a survey talking about like things that we love, things that we think that we should add, and then even seeing the calendar for this year, like there was this thing that I said that we should do that I saw on the calendar. So it was just like really cool because you guys take like our input very seriously, which is again like how it's like very personal with like your students, which I love.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you're not just like having them like do a survey and then like you just don't follow through with it, which is also a big thing with some organizations. But the fact that you guys do is awesome. But the next DM kind of goes with what you just said. It just asked, do you ever collaborate with other nonprofits? If so, which one was the most memorable?
Oh, man, 100%. We collaborate with so many nonprofits in town. To give a few shout outs, we love Feeding Tampa Bay. Their new facility is so awesome, and their holistic approach. I know you have had them on the show.
Yes.
Another one to shout out is Merciful, which works with rescue animals. Our students have even done puppy yoga with.
Oh my
I
God.
did puppy yoga.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
And yeah, some Portico Cafe, Trinity Cafe. There's so many. Keeping Tampa Bay Beautiful, Keeping Pinellas Beautiful. There's even a primate sanctuary that we've gone to in the St. Pete area. So we try to, like I said, let our students see everything, and we could not do that without our nonprofit partners.
Yeah.
So it's so important.
You guys like check all the boxes, even puppy yoga.
That was really fun. That was at Merciful, actually.
I know I missed it. It was my birthday, but
Wait, you weren't there?
No.
Oh, Miss Crystal was there.
Yeah.
It was your birthday. Well, we got to we did puppy yoga first, and it was again at Merciful. So then after we got to walk dogs, and I think it was like called Bark in the Park. We had to like bring them to their
that's Humane Society. But
what was it then? It was like we brought them to a park, and they were like getting adopted by people. But it was actually really fun because people were talking about the dogs, and they were like getting their information on how to adopt them. So I love that. Okay, let me read this one. Okay, this one says, what qualifications do I need to become a mentor or a volunteer at the ryannece Foundation?
Great. So I love that question. Mentors are usually for older age students. So we require them to be at least 1 year graduated from high school. So that's really the only qualification. And then to fill out a full application on our website, which those should be open right now. And even if it says for this year, we can roll it into the next year. And then to volunteer, we're always looking for volunteers. And so all of our information is public on our website. So you can email me directly at melissa@ryannecefoundation.org, and I'll get you plugged in. If you are a younger student in high school, the application window for that usually starts around January, and our selection committee makes their decisions kind of in the April to May timeframe.
Yes, and we'll make sure to put your email and the website on our Instagram post so you guys can check it out.
Cool.
All right. The next DM says, do you have any upcoming events that I can attend?
Ooh. Well, so I have to plug our fundraiser, but our fundraiser is December 18th. It's going to be a retro style arcade night, which would be really fun.
Sounds fun.
And then there's also the Power of Thanksgiving, where we provide meals and groceries and crafts and fun to families in the community. That's in November, and details should be out about that very soon. We're just finalizing some details. And then another big day is February 13th, 2026, which I know sounds so far away, but it'll be here in a blink. But that's our Youth Service Leadership Summit. So there's a lot of opportunities to either chaperone a site or go and volunteer. And then everyone convenes at usually Feeding Tampa Bay and receives some learning education around leadership and what it means to be a servant leader.
Awesome. So whoever ask that DM, you have a bunch of opportunities and events you can mark on your calendar.
Yeah, the fundraiser's a big one because that's for our service trip, right?
Yes, it fundraises it's our largest fundraiser of the year, and it supports all of our programming.
Yeah, that way we can go on our service trips, which are really great.
If you could see Ava, she's doing puppy eyes right now. Please.
No, it's actually so fun. Okay, let me read this one. This one says, what does a role of a mentor consist of, and how much time do I have to dedicate?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our mentorship program is actually pretty low key. So Crystal does a great job of matching students with a mentor that makes sense. And then the mentor's actual responsibility is once quarterly in a virtual setting, usually in the evening. However, if they need to move things around or anything like that, it's pretty flexible. And so it's just a really great way to dip your toes in mentorship because this is a lot of times the student's first time experiencing a mentor. So it's very guided. There's a provided curriculum with space to incorporate personalized things from both sides. But what I love is the lower time commitment and the virtual style of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have my mentor, Christy Verdi. She does Learn and Serve Tampa as her organization. And it's K through 12, but it's a lot like getting middle schoolers to learn about service so that in high school they know about things like the ryannece Foundation and stuff, so that they have like basically just letting opportunities to serve anywhere. Like that way you're never out of opportunities to serve. So she's great. We talk to her on our monthly meetings and stuff, and they even go to some of our not lessons, but our organization service.
Dr. Verdi's awesome.
Yeah.
She's former educator, and so she has a really great background.
She's the best. I love her.
This is a question just from me, but do a lot of alumni come back to become mentors?
Yeah, it's been really neat to see that. We were actually with the juniors. One of them, we announced their pairings right before orientation, and he, his name's Jake. He got paired with one of our alum, Laszlo.
Oh, cool.
And they're both, so Laszlo right now is in medical school, and Jake is really interested in pursuing a medical background as well. So he was reading all about her, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for me. Thanks so much. So, there's a lot of alumni that come back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love to see it. Like Mary, like one of my friends, Mary Grace in the foundation, she loves her mentor. Like they're very similar.
Yeah, and her mentor Mo is an alumni. So it's
really
cool. Yeah, it's been really neat to see that. And yeah, she let Mary Grace go and shadow her at a work event.
I saw that.
So when they are local, it's really neat that people can meet in person too.
Yeah, they can like do service together too, which is really, really interesting because you get to serve with your mentor, which is like the best way to like you can talk to them and stuff and get to know them more. So yeah.
Yeah, and they're basically like your twin.
Basically,
so it's like working with a twin flame.
Literally. It's like Lily.
It's like me and Ava right now.
Oh yeah.
Melissa's getting bombarded with double Avas today.
Yeah, if Lily and Lily were here, we'd have double Lilies.
But it's easy to remember our names.
It is easy.
Okay. Let's read this one. Okay, so how can students like us get involved, and what's the best way to get in touch?
Great question. So if you are a high school sophomore by chance, this would be your time to start looking on our website and looking at the application to apply for the student service program, which is what Ava has been through. If you are a high schooler in general, you can be a part of our Youth Service Leadership Summit. I mentioned that date, February 13th. And otherwise, send me an email. I'll get you plugged in somehow. And I think I answered that.
Yeah, because we'll have your email on the website or on our Instagram too. That way we can get you in touch. You should have people DMing you after this.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's gonna be blowing up.
I know.
Yeah.
And me just meeting Melissa, the Ryannece Foundation, people who work there seem very welcoming and open arms. Open arms, yes. So if you're scared to join, don't be, because this is like an awesome organization.
It's my favorite. I actually love it.
And you'll make a bunch of new friends, not just from the school you go to, but
very, very true.
Yeah, all over Florida and maybe even in Asheville. I do have one last DM, and it says, what do you hope for the Ryannece Foundation to look like in 5 years' time?
Oh, man, I love that question. That's a lot of the work I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So behind the scenes, we didn't talk much about it, but we're actually in 19 schools this coming year where we go and speak in Avid classrooms on a monthly basis. So it's basically the program you're going through, Ava, but in the school. So bringing what we know and love to kids where they are, because things like transportation is such a barrier access. So we'll be in 19 schools this year. And as I look towards the future, I hope this is something that we can replicate in other areas. Like we talked about Ryan's in San Francisco. It'd be neat to have a bunch of students out there. And then maybe the San Francisco kids are collaborating with the Tampa kids.
That'd be
and,
awesome.
so that's kind of what I envision 5 years from now.
It's awesome. And you guys are already almost 20 years strong, so I can picture it. But that does wrap up our Q&A portion and our time with you, Melissa. So thank you so much for coming in on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, but before you go,
One last song.
Yeah, one last song. So what would you like to play?
Yeah, well, the Nece Foundation wants everyone to just have a good day.
Love it.
Look at that.
We'll be back after this song.
Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in to htchawkradio.com every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. if you want to find new ways to serve your community. We were just here with Melissa from the Ryannece Foundation, but now it's me and Ava.
Yes, double trouble. And Melissa has officially left the building, not with us anymore. So I think this would be a great time to reflect and talk about our favorite parts of today's show. So
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite part was just obviously having Miss Melissa here was really good just because she is like my teacher, so I get to see her teach our lessons and hearing her obviously, like, she's always super passionate about serving the community, but just hearing her on the show talk about Ryannece, how she got involved, all that stuff is really cool because she's always just doing her best to, like, help us, and so I never really get to hear about how she got involved and how she started and stuff, so it was really cool to hear.
Yeah,
that was
like
my favorite.
hearing about the history, and it was cool how she first started at going to, like, the Super Bowl organization or
yeah,
whatever.
She worked with the Bucks.
But that was cool, and then just becomes a CEO of Ryannece Foundation. Now look at her now.
Wait, that was actually a funny thing on our service
Yeah, she was
trip.
like, I'm getting imposter syndrome. It's funny.
I low-key found out she was a CEO this summer, and it was a funny
boy.
discovery because I was like, you're the CEO? Like, me and my friend Mary were freaking out. I was like, I didn't know you were the CEO.
When I was planning this show, I was like, okay, let's see Melissa's position. I was like, Chief Executive Officer. And then I shortened it down. I was like, CEO. And I got like really like nervous. I was like, oh no, like the like boss of everything's coming in. I'm scared.
Oh yeah. No, you literally should have seen us. I was like, we called her boss for a little bit, but then I accidentally called her bro, and
oh boy,
that was a low for me.
But literally, just both the stories you guys have been telling like makes me like realize like how much tight knit organization the Ryannece Foundation is, and it's good to hear. It's like your eyes were like lighting up like talking about it, especially like the Asheville trip. Even though you're like, ugh, I had to like climb under like a house in a hazmat suit. Like you're getting giddy talking about it, so it must be doing something good. Yeah. So
what was your favorite part?
I don't know. I just feel like I liked hearing about your guys' most memorable and coolest experiences. And I just liked how you guys, because you guys know each other, obviously, because you both do the Ryannece Foundation. So I liked seeing, like, your relationship and, like, how you both see the Ryannece Foundation and talk about it. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was nice hearing.
Well, and I still have another year, so I'm, like, really excited to, like, see. Because, like, obviously I have already so many experiences, but I'm super excited to, like, have new ones and stuff from this year.
Do you think you're going to come back as a mentor?
Yeah, I actually do. I was talking to my dad about that because he's, like, ultimately the one that got me into this because he works at Suncoast, which is a big sponsor for a lot. I think he also sponsored the Bucks too. So he like knew about it. And so he told me to do it, and he really urged me to. And so I, did my application and stuff. And so yeah, he has always been big on like service and helping others. So he's like, Ava, you have to just like keep this service mind thing. And I told him about like being a mentor. He's like, okay, well, now you kind of have to. Like, he's like, you have to do it. It'll be such a cool experience. And I always trust him. He leads me the right way. So
and then you can like feel the feeling like Melissa feels when you come back as a alumni mentor, and then you get to like walk someone through the whole process again, which is
and especially
really cool.
Like whatever I end up doing when I'm older, like if there's like a junior or I guess senior too that like wants to do the job that I'll have when I'm older, like that'll be really cool. It'll be like so full circle. And I've talked to my friends in it, too. They also want to be a mentor. So basically our whole junior class will be doing mentors.
In what, 2 years' time?
Yeah, because you can do it. Yeah, yes, you just have to be 1 year out of high school.
Oh, yeah.
So, like.
She said that.
Oh, yeah. So you can do it kind of, honestly, soon. Because it's going to be our senior year.
That's so weird. Yeah, guys, after this show, we're literally going to be hightailing it to school because we have orientation today. But one last thing I wanted to say is that I like how I feel like I said this like multiple times, but like I'm just like pushing it because I like this part the most, but how the Ryannece Foundation, you don't need to have a certain anything, and the fact is it's actually fun to do. I mean, Ava, like even though you already completed like your minimum hours, like you still come back to Ryannece and you still want to be a mentor. Like it's not just getting the hours, it's actually like helping the community and creating like bonds with others, and it sounds really fun. You guys do a bunch of different stuff, which is awesome.
That's my favorite part. We go to so many cool places.
I mean, puppy yoga, like hello.
It was so fun. I really loved the puppies. But even like obviously in Asheville we were doing like that mold remediation. Definitely like strenuous activity, but I had never done that before, and I don't know if I'll do it again. So I mean, maybe if like the hurricane relief efforts from this year. Yeah. But I just I had never done that before. It was such a cool experience. So. And
there's always like a niche for somebody. Like if you like animals, you can do puppy yoga, help the puppies out. If you like crawling under buildings, then
well, and you just get to meet people that are passionate.
And just being with people. And didn't you guys also like go hiking and stuff? Or you're like in the wilderness at some
yeah,
point.
we took a scenic walk to a waterfall.
Oh,
and it was really pretty.
Yeah.
That was really nice because it was kind of hot out. Actually, no, it wasn't too hot because it's Asheville, but it was really pretty.
It like comes to the point like you forget you're like serving the community.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
Yeah, we did a lot of fun things. So
yeah,
love it.
I think that wraps up our
I think that does wrap it up.
But I do have a few things to say before we end it. We will be, since school is starting, we're going to have a new show time. Rather than Thursdays 1 to 2 p.m., it's going to be Tuesdays 5 to 6 p.m. So after school, get ready. Make sure you're listening on Tuesdays. So, yeah. And also make sure to follow Serving 813 on Instagram and also The Power of Giving on Instagram, the ryannece Foundation. And once we post our Instagram post, we're going to link all that stuff on how you can get involved. And that wraps up our episode.
Yeah.
We're serving your city one convo at a time. This is Ava Lamison signing off.
And Ava Hyde signing off.
We'll see you next week. Bye.